It's okay. So let's start building the app, our Expo app on iOS. This video will show how to start this process. First, we will need an Apple developer account because once we enter the command iOS, I'll choose archive. So in order to in order to make sure you can build the app, you should have Apple developer account. Costs $99 per year, and it may need 2 days to accept the account. But in all cases, the Apple developer account is needed in order to proceed in building the app. Maybe this is not the case in Android. You can just by running the command, you can build the app and you can download the APK. But in case of iOS, you cannot have the IPA file for it unless you have an Apple developer account. So you can just create it here and sign up and create your account. Here I will proceed with building the app. Here it will ask for our Apple ID. So the one is the one saved in our case here. So let's enter the two-factor authentication code. This can be either by your iPhone or by your MacBook. So this was the code. So it starts going into the configurations itself regarding the certificates and if everything is available. So I'll just press Y for everything, so that Expo handles all these issues. Same thing for push notification key. Now I will also Expo handle this process for the provision profiles. Now the app starts building and it will appear on my Expo dashboard afterwards, like this one. If I have seen the last builds here. So now we can see the iOS app starts building here. We can always wait. We can always check its build from the dashboard. After building the process, we can now start configuring the dashboard. Now I can go to my Appstore Connect. I will start to add my app. So here I can see my website should be shown by the bundle ID itself, the bundle ID the one which we built before in the app.json file, and I can go for this app. So if I wrote my website, I can choose the language itself, so it can be English now. The SKU can be the same as the app bundle itself. It's a unique ID, so I can write it this way. It can be any. It should be only a unique ID. So I prefer to use the same one for the bundle ID. So I can now start creating my app. Okay, I can write my first website. So this is the dashboard. There are some issues with Apple here. With Apple here, if you don't have a MacBook. The first one is related to the testing and the screenshots that you need. Test, as you have seen before, we tested the mobile on if you don't have a Mac or an Xcode, you can test the mobile on your device. But you will still need also to provide some screenshots. So you will need screenshots for a mobile, for an iPhone that is one that is older than iPhone X, and one that came after iPhone X, and it can be also iPhone X itself. So you will need two types of screenshots. If you don't have except one device, you may borrow someone else's device, and he should log into your Expo account in order to take the necessary screenshots. At least one screenshot should be added. But if he can, of course, more screenshots will be better. The other issue is related to uploading the app. For sure, all these text can be user defined the way he likes, so there's no major issue in them. The issue here is related to upload tools. Upload tools are mainly depending on a MacBook. This can be through Xcode or through Altor or through Transporter app. I prefer for me the Transporter app. It's an app on the App Store here, and you can write it in the search. But the issue arises when you are not using a MacBook. If you are not using a MacBook, then the issue will be that you will need a MacBook in order to upload your generated IPA file to the App Store. I have tried before I have this Mac on a Windows device. I have tried a service called Mac in Cloud. You can also try installing something like VirtualBox. This will be for free, but it will need high PC requirements because it will be too slow to create it, and it needs a complicated setup. I haven't tried it before, but you can check it. I have checked the Mac and Cloud service, and for our case, I believe that all what we will need for the Mac and Cloud is the pay-as-you-go plan. It will be just needed for uploading the app. Uploading the app will not take a lot of time, but it will fit for purpose just for uploading the app. Some people may not like it if they are testing the app because they will need to add all their files there, but this will not be our case here. So I will just you can just sign up for a Mac and Cloud account. I have made another video showing how to upload the IPA through Mac and Cloud service. You can check it out also. I shall give also the link in the description. But you will still need some kind of service or help from someone else in order to upload the app if you are not having a MacBook. You can also borrow from someone else, but at the end you will need to enter your Apple ID in the device you will be using. The version itself should be changed after every update, as I have said before, and that's it. The other issues may be related to Apple itself. Just make sure to read the Apple review guidelines if you're submitting an app to App Store guidelines. There are more strict conditions for Apple to accept an app, so you should read their conditions in order to make sure your application will be accepted. Maybe the ones are related to the minimum functionality. You can check them. You can check them out. Your website, your app should provide something which will give a good functionality for the users. Should it be just a website? That's why my simple app for this website wasn't published. I didn't try to publish it on App Store because I know this will not be the case. But maybe if you have some other case, maybe a store, maybe if you have some reference app, maybe it depends on the functionality of your app. You may check. It may be approved by Apple, but this is not something which is confirmed. You should make sure and dig in this issue before uploading, before even creating the app itself. So this tutorial I have come to an end, and I hope everything will go well with you. If you have any issue, you can send it to me, and I will be happy to help. Goodbye.